Hey guys, welcome back. It's Hunter here, and today I have finished the Saturn V rocket. So as you can see right now, I'm showing you guys a glimpse at what it looks like. So this is pretty cool, has detailing everywhere. We're going to look at everywhere on this thing and everything it includes and how amazing of a set this is. And yes, I really do think this set is amazing. You also get these small little dioramas. But we're going to look at this rocket and let me look at how tall it is. So this thing is really tall. Like so tall that it won't even fit in my camera frame. But anyways, this thing is, they don't lie about how big it is. It really is a meter tall. This thing is very big, and even compared to a minifigure, which I'll put right there, you can just see how huge this thing is. Also, if you compare it to my big ladder truck, the Saturn V is still way taller than the ladder truck with the ladder fully extended. So right there you can see that the ladder pretty much reaches right there. Yet the rocket goes all the way up there. So now let's look at the different parts of this rocket separately. So now we're looking at the first stage. This is very big. I mean, this stage, the first stage of the rocket, is almost half the size of the main rocket. So as you can see, the first stage pretty much goes to the top of all the other stages. Now this one does go a tiny bit above, but this is pretty much half of all of the rocket. And one detailing I really like about the main stage is the fact of all these very cool grill pattern pieces right there. And I think this is really cool. The way they build it is very cool. It's clips connected to the inside, and it looks very weird, but once you get it all done, it looks amazing. Then there's also no stickers on the set. All prints, which is very good for me, because I hate stickers. But right there you can see there's a print of an American flag, and right there you can see that there's the USA. The American flag even has, I'll take you guys a little bit closer. The American flag even has little white stars. So, see if we can get the camera to focus. It's actually very cool. Okay, the camera doesn't want to work for you guys, but you guys can kind of see the makeout of it. But they even have the little stars, which is very, very cool. And on this thing, they use black slopes for all the stripes and all that, and white slopes. And then I also like this little pipe pattern right there. One thing that I really like about this stage is the engines, and I'm going to show you guys why the engines are very, very cool. Now if I ground the rocket, you can see that here are the engines. Now it's very cool building them up. You have fins and engine covers and all that. But right here you can see they use minifigure tub pieces and put some engine looking details on the inside. And then also right on the side you can see that inside, hopefully, yeah, right there, well, you can see that there's those tram pieces. And then they also have minifigure bullhorn pieces all inside there, which is very cool. Now put this back. And that's really the first stage, which is still a pretty cool thing. So let's look at the second stage. Now this second stage of the rocket is a lot smaller than the first stage that we saw. And this is also pretty cool and kind of looks kind of like the big main first stage at a much smaller scale. Because you still have the grills, you still have the pipe, you still have 5 engines. You still have the United States printed on, but there's also some differences. Considering that the grill pattern is only it's only 2 studs wide instead of 6 studs wide. Also, the pipe is only on this one side and doesn't go all the way down. But I do like the United States on there, and that is also print. You can still see that there's more black as continued, and up there you can see that that slopes in to allow for the much thinner 3rd stage. Now, if I turn this thing around, you can see what I'm talking about, that there is no pipe except for this right here. And then there's small bars down there, but for the engines on this, it's really just some wheels, and that is it. But on the top, you can see where they connect with the clips, which is how they connect this whole thing. And then on the bottom, you can see right there is the other clips. But right here, these do slope in. But the one annoying thing is these tend to fall off. But the good thing is they're very, very easy to put back on. Now, this is the 2nd stage, and let's look at the rest of the stages. Now, for these last stages, this is really where all the cool and amazing things happen. This is all where all the action happens, and where you can see all the functions of the set. Now, after your rocket has gone and taken off, and after it has dropped its 1st stage, after that ran out of fuel, and the 2nd stage, because you need the 2nd stage to get out of Earth's orbit. Next, you need to have these, which are all the space stuff. Now, the reason I can't show you that by itself is because this is actually all connected, and it's pretty cool. And I'll show you how this works. So, once you are flying through space, but you now are getting close to the moon. Now, first thing you need to do is that tower at the top right there, the escape tower. Sadly, that is supposed to have already been removed at the very beginning, but they could not have found a better way to take that off. But anyways, so you're coming up on the moon, and what you need to take your lunar module and command module out. So first, what you need to do is replace this right here and take that off. So now that you have taken that off, you take your command module right here. All this part of the command module, and you would put that on top. So this is what you should be flying. It's a little awkward with the one pin hole sticking out the top, but now this is what we're at, and this one piece does have single engine there, and I actually really like what they did with the panels, and even though this is a lot simpler, it's still very fun to build. And now that you are here though, what you have to do now is get your landing module out and lunar module, and to do that is break this, and these come off. So these would pop off, and no one cares about them, so they would fly down. If we can get that to balance, yay. And it's one engine. So we take the little command module, and I'm gonna put it right here to grab onto the lunar module, and put that right there. And then now I'm gonna need 2 hands real quick, but take that, and sometimes this one fez piece does come off, and this is the single weakest point, because this fez piece, this has a stud on top and a stud on the bottom, and this is connected by one stud on the top, one stud on the bottom. So I'm gonna put that right back on the bottom of that lunar module. And I'll show you a closer look at this when we put it on the moon. That's right, it comes with a thing on the moon. But anywho, so now you're like this and you're still in orbit. And this whole thing right here, which is pretty cool, I really like how they use the building styles, like I said, and all the black up there. But this is just and they don't care about it anymore. So now you're down to this, and you're orbiting. So for this now, you need the crew. 2 of the crew transfers into this right here, and 1 person stays in the command module. Now, they need a place to land, and that place will be right. I'll put the camera down. And now that you have your little landing zone right there, just gonna zoom in. Now that we have our little landing zone, you're still orbiting. So the crew transfers, and then they move into this. So this comes off, and as I fix a piece that fell off of it, this comes down and it sets, but you do need to bring the legs out a little bit. So it sits down right like that, and now you have this little setup here. Now you do get 2 micro figures for astronauts right there. These are very detailed. I will be showing you the other one because there's 3 crew members. This guy would be staying in the command module. But if this wants to focus, I don't know if it will. Hopefully it will. But I don't know if it will focus, but these are very detailed. And maybe if I zoom out, I'll be better at focusing on the man. Nope, okay, I was hoping. But we're gonna zoom back in on the guys. And there is 3 of these, but there's also a 4th one included as a spare, just in case you lose any. But there's also a small American flag on a 1x2 clear tile, and that's actually just in between 2 studs. But I really like this command module. I mean, not lunar module, yeah. This thing is very highly detailed, and I like the printed piece right there. And then it does use 2 different types of gold. One right there, and then the painted gold, and then the molded pearl gold. I can't speak today. But this thing looks very cool from all angles, and this probably could be sold as its own thing with how good it looks. And if you read the instruction manual, it talks about how the fan designer actually built the rocket around this, so as it would fit. Now this thing is very cool. But now your astronauts, okay, they collected their moon samples, they, explored the moon and all that. Now they need to get back to Earth. And so to do that, they would board the lunar module, so, they board that. And now this thing right here has to take off. Kind of challenging, so I'm going to have to put it right in front of my face real quick. I know you guys won't be able to see anything, but real quick. Okay, I just got it off. So, and I'll show you guys it. So now you have this module right here, and that's there, but you also have this, and this would pretty much come off. I think that's how it goes. I'm pretty sure it might go like this. I think that's how it's supposed to go. I don't know that much about it, but we are going to just put it like this for now. So it goes back to the command mod. So this is orbiting, and this would go back to the command module. So now the command module would redock with it, and the 2 crew members in here would go back into the command module. And once they do that, they would just jettison the lunar module piece here because they don't care about it anymore, and just leave this. So now all this is out of the scene. So it's orbiting, and now you fly back to Earth. Once you're in Earth's orbit, you all go into here, and this detaches and goes away. So now it leaves you with this. Now you're flying into Earth very fast, and this go out of camera frame. So you're flying down as I'm trying to get the little piece here. Here we go. Okay. So you have this disc of water here. So now you're flying, and then you need to deploy the parachutes and all that. But they land and have their floats so as not to capsize. You land in the water. And yes, those yellow balls do usually come off, but they are very, very simple to put back on, like that. And now, you need your little orange ring. We're gonna zoom in on this. So this is, whoa, we're not in focus. Yeah, there we go, we're back in focus. So this is very cool. And this uses these ratcheted pieces for the ring, flotation ring. And then you also have these so as not to capsize, and they include this. So I also think this is a very cool little diorama. But this is really the last thing. So thank you for watching. Be sure to comment on what you think of this and subscribe if you want more content. I really like the Saturn V set, and I did finish it in live streams, but I really like the set. I think it's an amazing set, and I go get it because, I mean, it's probably one of my favorite Lego idea sets. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.